Good morning, all of you.
Good morning. Good morning.
So we are today. Our friend Chandu is no more, and can't say it is heavy, light, good, bad. So reality has no definition, and so that point of view, we had to become giants. It is not what happens in the future, but what is happening now, real. So to start us up in this process, this whole real thing, the real universe, we are real. Whatever people are here, what are people not here, it's real. It is very different than hopefulness, assumptions, expectation, cherishing. So this real thing, probably the original Indian thought, we are real. The tree is real. Sky is real. It is not imaginary. It is not what I make out of it. So to do that, Chandu was a giant, true giant. Again, Jain doesn't live in the temples or books and this thing. Jain is a practitioner. Chandu was. To celebrate that, I have requested our friend Sri Pankaj Shah from the Jain Center, local Jain Center, um, to uh, give us a blessing and read certain sections from the Jain scriptures in the spirit of our SAPNE, South Asian poets. We have to basically champion, understand that before people started looking at the heavens, sky, stars, hopefulness, people looked at the ground, at your own feet, what you were doing, why you were doing, your own actions, just Jainism. That is, what you are produces what you would be, not what you assume, what you think, or somebody lets you be. You are what you are. Let me introduce Pankaj Bhai. Pankaj Bhai is is an engineer, lives in locally here. We have been a friend for many years. So he will recite the Jain scriptures and give us a blessing. Following Pankaj Bhai, I have asked Dr. Nilima Bhatt, who is here. She teaches in Wellesley, friend of Chandu. So she will give her poem, and following her would be, I think, Sejal, if she is here. And then following Sejal, we go the way we have been going. That is, you raise your hand, and then either Prem or Manish, which unmute you or let you come in, and then you sing your poem, and we continue. We continue in the spirit, as I'm saying, that when we are operating, we're operating real. We're not operating as coming from the sky, very much grounded. We're giants. So let us, in that spirit, listen to Pankaj Bhai. Pankaj Bhai Sa. Pankaj Bhai.
Jai Janendra, everyone. I will read few stanzas from the collection of the gathas, slokas from the book called Samansuttam is a collection of important gathas from all Jain scriptures compiled at the request of Vinoba Bhave. The first and foremost Jain prayer is an obeisance to worthy souls. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayaryanam, Namo Uvajayanam, Namo Loye Savvasahunam. Obeisance to the liberated souls, obeisance uh, to the spiritual guides, obeisance to the spiritual teachers, obeisance to all the saints in the world. Eso pancha namukkaro, savva pava panasno, mangla nancha savvesim, padmam havai mangalam. This fivefold obeisance destroys all the sins and is the foremost auspicious things in the entire universe. Then I will read four stanzas from the book called Saman Suttam. जो सहस्रम सहसानाम संगा में दुजय जिने एनम जिनज अपानम ऐसा से परमो जो. One may conquer the thousands and thousands of enemies in an inevitable battle, but the supreme victory consists in the conquest over oneself. Another gatha from one of the important scripture is Uvasam no khanam uvavaso vanindo samasena ha bhujanta viyam jindi diya hoti upavasa. In short, subjugation of senses is also described as fasting. Therefore, those who have conquered their senses are said to be fasting, though they may be eating food. Kohadisavavaya Vakya Pahudya Bhavayana Iggahanam Payachittam Vanindam Inya Gunachinta Yam Gichayado. Thinking of controlling anger and other thoughts, pacification of intense thoughts, contemplation of one's own virtues. This constitute atonement from the real viewpoint. Janmam Maranam Sammam Sampajya Jogam Jaraj Sahiyam Lachi Vinasa Sahiya Eva Savam Bangura Gunaham. Know that birth is accompanied by death. Youth is succeeded by old age. Wealth is perishable. Thus, should one reflect that everything is transient. Vittam persevo jayo, tam ale saranamti, e mamatesi va aham, no tanam saranam ja vijayi. A fool thinks wealth, animal, and kinsman to be his protector, saying to himself, they are mine. I am theirs. In fact, they are neither his protector nor his shelter. One more on this Samanam Suttam is Ikkam Pandiya Maranam Pade Vajya Supriyo Asabbanto Kippam So Marananam Kahidi Antam Anantanam. A wise person who is free from anxiety dies in a peaceful death once. By such death, he immediately puts an end to an infinite number of deaths. I will read another two more stanzas from the last sermon of Lord Mahavir. It's called Uttaradhan Sutra. In this sutra, Lord Mahavir addresses his chief disciple. His chief disciple's name is Indraputi Sharma, but after he accepted a monkhood, then his name is Gautam. So these two stanzas Lord Mahavir is addressing his chief disciple Gautam. Usagge jaha osa bindu thovam chittos lambamaneya evam manuyanam jiviyam samayam goyamama pamaya. A drop of dew remains suspended on the tip of a blade of a grass just for a moment. Human life is also like that. Therefore, O Gautam, that means O Indrapati Sharma, O Gautam, do not be careless even for a moment in this human life. And one more stanza I will recite from the Uttarayan Sutra. Tintohu anavamaham kim puna chittam sirmavam abhitura para gamitiyam samayam gimama opayama. O Gautam, you have already crossed the great ocean. Why are you then standing, having reached the shore? Be quick to cross over it. O Gautam, do not be careless even for a moment in the human life. Thank you for allowing me to recite some stanzas, gathas from the Jain scripture. Jai Jinendra. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful. So Chandu, so my association, Chandu, I will just be brief, just to say why I thought we'll do Chandu Memorial. Each of us, individual, we carry an arrow with us. We are somebody. We want to prove up our somebodyness. That's called existence. You have to prove yourself. Rarely we say that, can I do something for you? And that is Chandu's relationship with me. I met him from, I think somebody introduced him to me in 1987 as an artist. And he looked like an artist. I like art. But then I see him various places. In 2005, he just met me in Harvard and says, I want to help you. So the first person somebody comes and says, I had seen some people before. They will come as volunteers. But to help you, what does it mean? I think Gopi is probably here. So anyway, so he helped us. He helped us. So that is how Chandu was. I don't know how many other places he has gone, says, can I help you? My point is, I do help, but I don't go and offer my help. People seek help. But somebody to go out and say, can I help you? So it could be that the person is in distress, a person needs pity, whatever it is. We've had a relationship, and Chandu went on helping, silent help. And that's how I'm moved. And that is where I'm seeing, if India has survived over these years, thousands of years, with so many invasions, atrocities, squeezing, killing, if it has, somebody has stood up, helping each other. The house may be burned, somebody has water in hand. Chandu. So every time you read a poem and so on, we might recall how you saw him, the man, the talent, the person. So let me invite my friend from Harvard, Dr. Nilima Sukla. So she has her poem, and also she read a poem from something she has from Mirabai. Okay, Dr. Nilima Bhatt. Nilima Bhatt is a professor in Wellesley College now.
Namaskar. I met Chandu when I first came to Boston, and we met in a Gujarati poetry gathering. And from that day on, he made this deep impression on me for his humanity and his spirit that was undaunted and was always ready to be inclusive, to accept others in his circle. And as Pankaj Bhai was reading, he also reminded me of the Jain emphasis on awareness and Kaivalya, which is being in light of knowledge for eternity. So what I have done is I wrote a poem not about Chandu Bhai, but what his spirit would say in his last moments. So this is in his voice. Please allow me to read it. It is in Gujarati language. So what I'll do is I'll first read the Gujarati poem and then a very rough translation of it in English. So please allow me to read the poem in Gujarati. કે દીનું મારાથી સંતાડીને રાખી મૂકેલું આપી દો મને મારું મૃત્યુફળ કે દીનું મારાથી સંતાડી રાખી મૂકેલું આપી દો મને મારું મૃત્યુફળ તમને ખબર નથી ફ્રીઝરમાં ઠરી ગયેલા ફ્રૂટની ફિકાશ ભલભલા દાંતને એ ઠારી દેશે તે તમને ખબર નથી ફ્રીઝરમાં ઠરી ગયેલા ફ્રૂટની ફિકાશ ભલભલા દાંતને એ ઠારી દે છે તે અને મારી નસોમાં વહેતી જે ઉષ્માને તમે બાંધવા મથો છો તેણે તમારા ઇન્ટ્રાવેનસની સોયને ધકેલી મૂકવા જેટલી એ ખુમારી બતાવી છે કંઈ કેટલાય દિવસોથી અને મારી નસોમાં વહેતી જે ઉષ્માને તમે બાંધવા મથો છો તેણે તમારા ઇન્ટ્રાવેનસની સોયને ધકેલી મૂકવા જેટલી એ ખુમારી બતાવી છે કંઈ કેટલાય દિવસોથી તમારી ટ્રાન્ક્વિલાઇઝરની પોકળ સુંવાળપને મારી આંખોએ બળકાર્યાનું સાંભળે છે તમને કંઈ કેટલાય દિવસોથી તમારી ટ્રાન્ક્વિલાઇઝરની પોકળ સુંવાળપને મારી આંખોએ કદી પડકાર્યાનું સાંભળે છે તમને કંઈ કેટલાય દિવસો છે તો પછી જે મારે માટે જ છે તેને એકવાર એક ઝપાટે જ ખાઈ લેવા દો ને નાનપણમાં અધપાક્યું જમરૂક ઝાપટી જતા તેમજ તો પછી જે મારે માટે જ છે તેને એકવાર એક ઝપાટે જ ખાઈ લેવા દો ને નાનપણમાં અધપાક્યું જમરૂક ઝાપટી જતા તેમજ જુઓ આવી રહી છે એક જિંદાદિલ જીવનની ઝળહળતી મગમગતી પળ જુઓ આવી રહી છે એક જિંદાદિલ જીવનની ઝળહળતી મગમગતી પળ હવે પછી કદી કોઈ તારાની ચમકમાં તમને કવિતાની સુગંધનો ભાસ થાય તો તે સુગંધ મારી હશે હવે પછી કદી કોઈ તારાની ચમકમાં તમને કવિતાની સુગંધનો ભાસ થાય તો તે સુગંધ મારી હશે થેન્ક યુ નાઉ લેટ મી રીડ the rough English translation for those of you who do not know Gujarati. This is Chandu saying to his doctors, please give me now Please give me now my fruit you have hidden from me for so long, my passing. Please give me now my fruit you have hidden from me so long, my passing. Do you not know that the tastelessness of a frozen fruit can freeze even the strongest teeth? Do you not know that the tastelessness of a frozen fruit can freeze even the strongest teeth? And the warmth running in my veins, and the warmth running in my veins, which you have been trying to preserve, has it even shown the oomph to push away the needles of your intravenous since so many days? And the warmth running in my veins, which you have been trying to preserve, has it even shown the oomph to push away the needles of your intravenous since so many days? Have my eyes challenged the hollow smoothness of your tranquilizers for days? Have my eyes challenged the hollow smoothness of your tranquilizers for days? Well then, why don't you allow me to relish the fruit meant for me? Why don't you allow me to relish the fruit meant for me, gobbling it just as we did the half-ripe guavas as children? Look, here arrives the luminous, sweet-smelling moment of a spirited life. Look, here arrives the luminous, sweet-smelling moment of a spirited life. Now on, if in the twinkling of a star you find the fragrance of poetry, it will be my fragrance. Now on, if in the twinkling of a star you find the fragrance of poetry, it will be my fragrance. Thank you.
Bijoyji, unmute yourself.
Oh, Sejal, you are next.
All right. So for me, saying something for Chandubai is a very difficult call. In whatever I'm saying, mostly it will summarize in 2 lines. That is one thing that first, I'm not accepting that he's not around. And second, that he's going to inspire me forever. He's somebody who cannot be replaceable basically in my life. So I wrote very short few lines in Gujarati for him. So it says, પ્રભુને એ છે આપણાથી વધુ વાલા એવું હું સ્વીકારું છું. It means that I'm accepting that God loves him more than we do him. So that's why. એ હેરાન ના થાય ને હતી એટલે અહીંથી વહેલા બોલાવ્યા છે એવું હું ધારું છું. એમની ગેરહાજરી બીજા કોઈથી નહીં જ પૂરી થાય. એમની ગેરહાજરી બીજા કોઈથી નહીં જ પૂરી થાય એ હું જાણું છું. કેમ આટલું જલ્દી? કેમ આટલું જલ્દી? આવા સવાલ થાય છે વારે વારે મને, પણ પોતાને અને પ્રભુને હું આ સવાલ પૂછવાનું ટાળું છું. It means that I do feel that why so early? But then I just avoid to ask the question to myself or God. એ અહીં જ છે, એ અહીં જ છે, આપણી આસપાસ અને આપણી અંદર. એવું કહું ને તો કદાચ બધાને વેમ જેવું લાગે. હું પૂરી આસ્થાથી આ વહેમને પાડું છું. Means if I will say that he's around me or inside me, if I'll say, somebody will say that's illusion, but I'm fine with that illusion. With complete trust, I want to believe that he's with me, he's inside me. एकदम फर्स्ट क्लास, टनाटन, धांसू, मस्त, ऑल राइट, एकदम ओके. આવા મેસેજ મને નથી આવતા હવે એના. આવા મેસેજ હવે નથી આવતા મને એના આવા. કેમ કે એ આઉટ ઓફ કવરેજ એરિયા અથવા આઉટ ઓફ રેન્જ છે એવું માનું છું. Because most of the time, within 10-15 days frame, I used to ask him how you are doing. And then he will reply in his evergreen style, something very nice. He'll say, I'm fine, kind of. So I'm missing those messages. So I'm saying myself that he's out of coverage area. Just that, nothing much. સર્જનહાર કલાકારની એની પ્રકૃતિ હતી. સર્જનહાર કલાકારની એની પ્રકૃતિ હતી. કંઈક વિશેષ જ મળ્યું હશે એટલે ભાગવું પડ્યું હશે. આવી દ્રષ્ટિકોણને પણ હું મારી નજરમાં રાખું છું. So basically he was artist, he was poet. So I think he must have seen something very nice, and that's why he went very fast, which was not available here basically. So he went very fast. That also I cannot deny, being an artist, being a poem. લખ્યા તો કરી શકું હું પાનાઓ ભરીને, પણ એને વાંચવા કેવી રીતે મોકલીશ? Because whenever I used to write any poem or maybe just 2 lines, and I will send in middle of the night at 2 o'clock, and he will reply me at 2:15 that what I should do and what I shouldn't do. So that's why I'm saying that લખ્યા કરી શકું પાનાઓ ભરીને, પણ એને વાંચવા કેવી રીતે મોકલું? Sometimes if I'm in hurry, I will just record and I will send him. So I'm saying, અથવા તમને સાંભળવા કેવી રીતે મોકલું? આવું વિચારીને જ હવે હું મૂંઝાઉં છું. So now I'm confused that how I'm going to send you the stuff. But પ્રભુને છે આપણાથી વધુ જ વાલા એવું હું સ્વીકારું છું. I accept that God loves him very much. Thank you.
Okay, very good. All right, so continue. Who next? Anybody? I think you can go in sequence whenever you feel like you have the right emotion. You can probably follow up. Or if nobody goes, like, I wrote something in Hindi. Let me read this. All right. So you can follow up though. I think we should not lose time in this thing. This is for Chandu. I thought I will learn language. I did write in Hindi before, but I'm not really that regular. But this is Chandu Bhai. Chandu Bhai. कहाँ गए तुम चंदू भाई, अब घर रह गया खाली, हम तो मिल सकते हैं पर कौन भरेगा ये झोली। मुस्कान में तुम्हारा दर्द था, थी इंसानियत की बोली, दुनिया देखते तुम सजाग थे, थी ब्लू जीन की थाली, थाली में धोबी किसान अपाहिज जान साफ करते मैली, जीन फटता रहा हरा भरा दुबला हुआ, हुई रंग की धोली। नर्मद को भाव से देशभक्ति वांटी, नाटक की रुचि ले ली, कानू गांधी के फोटोग्राफ से देश की आजादी की बीड़ा तोली। डिफेंस में गए, देश सुरक्षा बनाए, कंपनी चमकीली, पत्नी बच्चे चले संसार, दोस्त आए खेले रंगीली होली। सेवा अपना कर्तव्य है, जो कुछ कर सकूं अवश्य करें। कोई न आए दुनिया में, अपनी रोशनी फैलाते रहें। ये मेरे भाइयों बहनों, जिंदगी छोटी है, खुशी से खेलो, खुद हंसो और दूसरों को हंसाओ, रस बनाओ, थोड़ा पी भी लो। हाँ दोस्तों, खेल खत्म हुई, अब यह देह छोड़नी है। खुश रहो, भारत की सोचो, मुझे तारा बनकर रहनी है। जीन की बात याद रखो, कपड़े धुलाते रंग बदलते, रंग में मुस्कान देखो, ओ इंसान, जीन धोने से चमकते। चंदू भाई, this is my Hindi for Chandu's. Continue, please. Continue.
Panorama
Please.
is next.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your memories. As Sejal said, it's hard to accept that Chandu Bhai is not there with us. He was one of the constant pillar here at SAPNE. He always invited me and encouraged me to participate. It was heartwarming to hear so many people at his memorial last weekend. The auditorium was full to its capacity, almost like 700, 800 people. As Vijay uncle said, Chandu Bhai helped many people silently without expecting anything. As far as my memory goes, I knew him through social media for some time, but during early 2019, I met him at a Thai social where he approached me saying that I believe you write poems. You must be a poet.
Mhm.
I shyly responded, no, I'm not a poet, but yes, occasionally I scribble. During that short conversation, I sensed that he was a good listener. Many times we meet people who only tell their story, not listening to ours, but he would listen to others so keenly. So I gladly exchanged my phone number with him to stay in touch. In the last few days since he left, I have scrolled our numerous conversations with him. He was incredibly kind, compassionate, and brimming with enthusiasm. He consistently encouraged me to push my boundaries. Sometime from 2020, early 2020, he encouraged me to publish my work. When I was not even believing in myself, but he would encourage, no, you have to believe in yourself that you're a poet, you should publish. And this year in October, when I published my book, I was so eagerly waiting to show him. But that memory will be a bittersweet memory for me now. So Chandu Bhai, please know, I followed your words, published my book. So I just scrolling through all his conversations. I wrote an English poem. My poem's title is Reminiscing the Echoes. I'm sure Sejal will relate to it, and Manish will also relate to it more. Within me, a poet hides, restless and lost, occasionally peeping through the doors. In the closet, it resides. Till one fine day, you found me on your way, with authority in voice, like a true coach would say. Let me present the poet, you announced. Let me present the poet who was hiding in the closet. You held my fingers to cross the road, lighted my path when I was in doubt. Countless conversations, days and weeks, months and years of scrolling through, searching for comfort in your uplifting words. Searching for comfort in your uplifting words, reminiscing today your caring thoughts. Reminiscing today your caring thoughts. Still echoing in the air. You are so original. You write straight from the heart, you would say. Your poems touch the soul. Your voice, hauntingly beautiful. A gem of a piece that you wrote. Hearing this, please know people will melt. On many occasions, you said, I am glad I found a poet in the closet. Proud of you, girl. Proud of you, girl. Glad I am your friend, you declared. A whisper of encouragement, a comforting thread. With validation attest, my confidence glowed. With validation attest, my confidence glowed like a true friend, a mentor bestowed. I am blessed to have known you. I'm blessed to have known you in the realm of words. We danced and soared. A talent admired, compassion unmeasured. In you, a friend, a mentor, a treasure I cherished. In you, a friend, a mentor, a treasure I cherished. Scrolling through your messages, now I reminiscing the echoes. Now I reminisce the echoes. Your dialogues are etched in memory score through words, a journey shared forevermore. Through words, a journey shared forevermore. Thank you. So many beautiful conversations with him, like, encouraging all the time. I will miss him very dearly. Jose.
Amandeep is next.
Yeah, namaskar everyone. We miss Chandu Bhai so dearly. So Chandu Bhai's untimely departure left a void in our poetry world, SAPNE, and many other places in the Boston area. But his poetry, his vision, and his work, including famous Blue Jeans, which is philosophical poem, is so profound and is an immense consolation. So I'm gonna read two small poems in Punjabi, but first the translation, just to go with the flow. The first poem is Sometimes. Sometimes life takes us to some unknown crossroads where we are separated from our loved ones. Why is it like this? Why do they leave us and go somewhere far away, leaving sweet memories behind? But then those memories become painful, bring tears in our eyes. Our heart sinks, a wave of pain spreads in the body. We can't do anything. We can't even die. Second poem is To the Travelers of Mysterious Path. O traveler of mysterious paths, we bid you farewell. For the eternal light, take our message. When we will see that light, when we will meet, when will we become one with it? When will we immerse in the sweet nectar and milk of that Jewish sheer? So the Punjabi version is Kade Kade ਕਦੇ ਕਦੇ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਕਿਸ ਮੋੜ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆਪਣਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਸਾਥ ਛੁੱਟ ਹੈ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਹੈ ਹੁੰਦਾ? ਆਪਣੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਦੂਰ ਕਿਉਂ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ? ਆਪਣੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਯਾਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਅੰਬਾਰ ਛੱਡ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਯਾਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਤੜਪਾਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਅੱਖਾਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਹੰਝੂਆਂ ਦਾ ਸੈਲਾਬ ਵਗਾਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਇੱਕ ਰੁੱਗ ਜਿਹਾ ਦਿਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਫੁੱਟਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇੱਕ ਤੜਪ ਦੀ ਲਹਿਰ ਜਿਹੀ ਬਦਨ 'ਚ ਫੈਲ ਹੈ ਜਾਂਦੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ, ਅਫਸੋਸ ਕਿ ਮਰ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ। ਤੁਰ ਜਾਣ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ, ਉਹ ਰਹੱਸਮਈ ਰਾਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਲਾਮ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਜਾ। ਉਸ ਨੂਰ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਪੁੰਜ ਲਈ ਸਾਡਾ ਪੈਗਾਮ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਜਾ। ਉਹ ਰਹੱਸਮਈ ਰਾਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਲਾਮ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਜਾ। ਉਸ ਨੂਰ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਪੁੰਜ ਲਈ ਸਾਡਾ ਪੈਗਾਮ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਜਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਖਬਰੇ ਕਦੋਂ ਉਸ ਨੂਰ ਦੇ ਦੀਦਾਰ ਪਾਵਾਂਗੇ, ਕਦੋਂ ਉਸ ਜੂਏ ਸ਼ੀਰ ਦੇ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਜਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਡੁਬਕੀ ਲਗਾਵਾਂਗੇ, ਕਦੋਂ ਉਸ ਜੂਏ ਸ਼ੀਰ ਦੇ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਜਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਡੁਬਕੀ ਲਗਾਵਾਂਗੇ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ, ਨਮਸਤੇ।
I can go.
MDS.
Yeah. So it's sad that we are reciting or saying our recollections about Chandu Bhai. I knew Chandu Bhai through SAPNE and Gandhi event, I think, which happened at Bijayji's home. I heard his poetry on genes, which I think I found it very unique, and it was unfolding story of every immigrant in the world. He charmingly and I think fittingly presents the dilemma of immigrants who has to confront and overcome daily living in a newer environment and culture. His poetry on many topics were deep-rooted and heartfelt stories told in a well-composed verses. He always helped organize SAPNE and many IDC events, and my deep condolence to the family. He was truly a beacon of drama and poetry in the Boston area. In one of my personal discussions with him, he posited that we need to always celebrate life, laughter, and happiness. Now, I don't have a new poetry written for this particular situation, but I do have few stanzas from my old poetries. So I'll recite, which I think suits the context. Now, in one of my poetry, I said, हम पैदा हुए हैं मरने के लिए, लेकिन जब तक जिए मुक्त जिए, लेकिन जब तक जिए मुक्त जिए, यही तो एक चाह है। हम सारी जिंदगी इस चाह की राह को खोजते हैं, हम सारी जिंदगी इस चाह की राह को खोजते हैं, पढ़ते हैं, लिखते हैं, युवा होते हैं, मनोभावों को टटोलते हैं, पता लगता है या हम इतने लाचार हैं जहां सोच पर भी रोक है, क्योंकि अनकहा चुप छुप कर गुम सा जाता है, चुप चुप छुप छुप से जी घुट घुट सा जाता है, आशाओं और विचारों का द्वंद सा हो जाता है। हम पैदा हुए मरने के लिए, लेकिन जब तक जिए मुक्त जिए, यही तो एक चाह है। In my second other poetry, which I wrote a few lines, it starts like this. कहां से आया हूं, कहां से आया हूं, कहां जा रहा हूं, क्या मैंने पाया है, क्या खो रहा हूं, इस उधेड़ बुन में ये मैं क्या गुनगुना रहा हूं। कहां से आया हूं, कहां जा रहा हूं, क्या मैंने पाया है, क्या खो रहा हूं, इस उधेड़ बुन में ये मैं क्या गुनगुना रहा हूं। परिवेश से है मानवता, पालन पोषण से है सफलता, बहुत खोया है पता नहीं क्या पाया है, लेकिन प्रेम की लीला में प्रेम का जादू भरो, ये मैं गा रहा हूं, ये मैं गा रहा हूं। The central message I think Chandu, through his poetry, gave to us was be happy and love each other, and love is magic. Thank you.
Vijay, may I go, please? I echo the sentiments that Premji just talked about, but I didn't know Chandu Bhai personally, or actually very sparsely. I came to know him through SAPNE meetings, where he was always present, always ready to help. I think that is the most important. I think Vijay said that earlier, that Chandu Bhai was always ready to help. And so that is actually quite striking, because we do see the opposite all the time, actually. And so that was just a very unique quality in him, I thought. He was always very cool and composed. That's another thing I felt, was that he was always very cool and composed, with a smile on his face and his wild hair, graying hair. And it was quite a character, I thought. I did hear about his poetry about his blue jeans, as again Premji just talked about, his blue jeans and the toil and travail of the immigrants. On one hand, we live in one land, but mentally we belong to another kind of situation. And so those poems I heard from Chandu Bhai, and quite wonderful, actually, quite wonderful and striking, as a matter of fact. Now, my poem actually relates to another blue jean. I do listen to rock music, particularly classic rock. And many of you, or some of you, may have heard the name of the person named Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond actually was a very well-known singer in the 70s and 80s and even beyond that. And he actually wrote a song and sung too. It's called Reverend Blue Jeans, or Forever Blue Jeans. And so that struck me kind of odd, actually. This American person singing a song called Reverend Blue Jeans, or Forever Blue Jeans, and then here is Chandu Bhai reading his poem about blue jeans. So I try to equate them together. So the name of my poem, is in English, is Forever Blue Jeans. It is actually the title of the song that Neil Diamond sang. So I'll start with Neil Diamond's version of Blue Jeans first paragraph, then it will be mine. I quote, "I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans, and if you'd pardon me, I would like to say, would do okay forever in blue jeans, babe. As long as I can have you here with me, I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans, babe." That's the Neil Diamond's take of blue jeans. It's Mike's song. Neil Diamond sings on, prompting me to the other blue jeans. Neil Diamond sings on, prompting me to the other blue jeans, a man I never met personally, except within a small square within a larger box. That means I'm talking about the computer. When we had the SAPNE meetings, I would see Chandu Bhai. Neil Diamond, a man I never met personally except within a small square within a larger box to accommodate COVID hysteria and satisfy Vijay's love for poetry. The show must go on. A man I never met personally except within a small square within a larger box to accommodate COVID hysteria and satisfy Vijay's love for poetry. The show must go on. With his grey hair, wild and bushy, the gentle eyes would smile awkwardly. All clear, Saab. With Manish on my side, the show is on. With his grey hair, wild and bushy, the gentle eyes would smile awkwardly. All clear, Saab. With Manish on my side, Manish is Manish Srivastava who is here. With Manish on my side, the show is on. It is no easy task for technically challenged with 20 people speaking 10 languages. It is no easy task for a technically challenged with 20 people speaking 10 languages, but Chandu would smile from somewhere unseen. Okay, you're on screen. It's no easy task for a technically challenged with 20 people speaking 10 languages, but Chandu would smile from somewhere unseen. Okay, you're on screen. Once in my memory, he got his chance to read. He came on the screen with his eyes lowered, with a voice steady and sing-song, and he read on, how the blue jeans yearns to live on. Once in my memory, he got his chance to read. He came on the screen with eyes lowered, with a voice steady and sing-song. He read on, how the blue jeans yearns to live on. Chandu Bhai has gone to the stars. Chandu Bhai has gone to the stars like all will eventually, perhaps a bit earlier. Chandu Bhai has gone to the stars like all will eventually, perhaps a bit earlier, but he will live on wearing blue jeans. He will live on wearing blue jeans among an assembly of poets somewhere around the globe, but he will live on wearing blue jeans among an assembly of poets somewhere around the globe. Thank you.
Sunanda ji is next.
Thank you, Manish ji. Namaskar, everyone, and my Shraddhanjali to the divine soul of Chandu Bhai. My poetry is in Oriya, but this is the shadow of Gita chapter 2 verses 22, like Basangsi Jinnani, how he was calm and smiling, and he was really how coping with this life to next life. So that one I am just written, and my translation in English, but I start with this local. Yeah. Basangsi Jinnani Jatha Bihaya Nabani Gudnhati Naro Parani Tatha Sarirani Bihaya Jinna Nanyani Shanyati Nabani Dehi. So my English translation, I'm just the shadow. My title is Unwritten Lines of Poetry. Actually, I am housed during the time. We need to accept the time, how it's changing. So only time is true, with two burning eyes, present and future, to the interval by filling in the details. He wants to turn to me. I know I am the spirit, I am the breath, I am the truth, I am Shiva, I am beautiful. My summons some damage cannot still in my mind. I always have doubts. From my eyes, tears in silently arise in the mind, question after question like a fountain of water. Argument unbounded, a feeling as bitter as ever imagined. Abandoned, nothing happens in this world, only soul is out of this body. After the fire is extinguished, this birth or the next birth, it moves like a thirsty man in the midst of the Maya. The soul looks up once more in search of unknown path of life. By creating the selfless sacrifice in this world, take another birth in different body, which is unknown. So I'm just reading the Odia one. अलेखा कविताटिए केवल समय ही सत्य केवल समय ही सत्य दुईटा जलंता आखि नहीं दुईटा जलंता आखि नहीं वर्तमान और भविष्यतर व्यवधान को निमिषे पूर्णाहुति देई मो आड़कू कटमट करी चाहे मो आड़कू कटमट करी चाहे मु जाने मो आत्मा मो ब्रह्म मो सत्य मो शिव मो सुंदर मोर केही किछि क्षति करि परिबे नाही तथापि मनरे मोर सर्वदा संशय मो आखिरु लुह झरे नीरबरे मनरे उठे प्रश्न परे प्रश्नवाची श्रावणर झरा परि अबारित जुक्ति कपल कल्पित जेते तिक्त अनुभूति अनायासे रुद्ध हुए अघटन किछि नुहे ए दुनिया रे थरे एही शरीररु निया झुल झड़ीगला परे थरे एही शरीररु निया झुल झड़ीगला परे इह पर जन्म घातकर डोरी घुरु थाए मृग तृष्णा परी मायर कुहुक जालरे अभिन्न आत्मा पुणी थरे चेई उठे अनागत पथर संधाने अनंत विस्मृति गर्भरु लंफ दे स्नेह स्वेद रक्त कणिकार सिहरण रे विचित्रता सृष्टि करी सत्य मिथ्यार द्वाही दे संधि पत्रर बेड़ी ढेई निस्वार्थ यज्ञर लेलिहान अग्निकुंडरे जन्म निये एक भिन्न देहर अजଣା पुल करे. Thank you so much.
Can I go first? My name is Neena Wahi. Can I read my?
Yeah, you can go. I will go after this then.
Okay. So I have written few lines in Hindi and I'll read those lines and then I can give brief translation summary. मौसम आज सर्द हुआ है हवा रूखी खुश्क हो रही है कहाँ से चली आ रही है ये खुश बेरहम हवाएं अभी तो ठंडी ठंडी कूल आइसक्रीम की ठंडक जुबान से गई नहीं और सर्द हवाएं दस्तक देने लगी मौसम की बेरहम हवाएं कहीं दूर से आती जान पड़ती हैं जहां एक उन्मुक्त स्वर को शांत कर दिया जहां एक उन्मुक्त स्वर शांत हो गया जहां एक परिचित स्वर शांत हो गया किसी परिचित माहौल में कुछ पलों मिले मिलकर लगा एक अपना सा परिचित शख्स मेरे जैसे ही कविता लिखता है कुछ समय बाद धीरे धीरे परिचय बढ़ा लगा इतने बड़े व्यक्तित्व को लेकर कोई कैसे साधारण लग सकता है जैसे अपना पूरा परिचय ही महत्वहीन हो ऐसी ही छवि चंदू भाई की मेरे मन में बसी है कुछ सफाई मांग सकूं उससे पहले ही वो रुखसत हो गए जैसे भगवान को भी अच्छे लोगों की जरूरत होती है और उन्हें पूरा करने के लिए प्रियजनों की यादों में हमेशा बसे रहने का वादा करके हमारे चंदू भाई हमसे रुखसत हो गए My heartfelt condolence to him and his family. And I have written that I didn't know personally very well him. I just met him in the SAPNE meeting once and he was reading Gujarati poetry. And he never gave big introduction that I do this, I do that. We just had hi, hello. And I used to see him taking care of the technical problems in our poetry group. And then a couple of days later, I saw him in a play. We had a play program and we went there and we saw. And then I realized that it never reflected on his personality that he is doing so many things. He looked like a very simple person, and, easygoing. You can easily approach him. You can easily talk to him. And I was like, how a person can behave like that? When we go meet somebody, we give us our full introduction. I do this, I do that, and so many things. Why should we hide? But he was like that. And before I could ask him how you would do it, all these things. But before that, he just left us all of a sudden. And yeah, may his soul rest in peace. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I'll go next. First of all, I would like to thank Bijoda and entire SAPNE group and IDC to give me an opportunity to just meet Chandu Bhai and get to know him, the kind of a person he was, the kind of poet he was, and his entire personality. I got to know this wonderful person only because of this group. So I'm really thankful. I had kind of a different equation with him as far as this group goes. I did a lot of things, for SAPNE with him associated. We both also served as IDC directors, and I got a chance to work very closely with him. The way I think how Chandu Bhai was to all of us, and at least to me, he was a multifaceted personality. We all know, but I think he was kind of a magician. He can turn into anything. If you need a younger brother, he is there. If you need an elder brother, take it from Chandu Bhai. If you need a father figure, take a little bit from Chandu Bhai. If you need a mentor, he is there. If you need any help, I would say even if somebody would need financial help, he will be there. He would be there for anything. You can take anything, a little bit anything from Chandu Bhai, and that's how he was. That's how I know him. His personality. To me, he's not gone. Manorama said, Sejal said, first of all, poets never die. They are immortal. Second, a person like Chandu Bhai would never die. They will leave an impact in everybody's heart so long that, I think he's sitting somewhere there, and we are chatting on the side and controlling this, and making fun of each other. So to me, he has that personality. So for him, I chose this my own poem, Geet Naye Se Gata Hoon. This poem was inspired by Atal Bihari Vajpayee's Geet Naya Gata Hoon. That hook line I took from that. But this poem talks about a child who has 4 stages in life, and to me that child is Chandu Bhai, who has 4 stages in life, and how he would be in that life. So the first life, when he's young, so सागर सामन लहरों सातन मन की बात सुनाता हूँ, जग को देखूं अपने ढंग से, मुख में सार दिखाता हूँ, गीत नए से गाता हूँ. That's a childhood. कृष्ण सुदामा दोनों भीतर नित नित नीति रचाता हूँ, नाग पाश का भय नहीं मुझको, पर आंचल से बंध जाता हूँ, गीत नए से गाता हूँ. As I said, he had several personalities. Whatever you want a friend, he's there. Pratipal Jeevan Unmukt Swachhand. This is teenage, growing up. Ek Navyuvak. So now you see a Navyuvak in Chandu Bhai. Pratipal Jeevan Unmukt Swachhand. Meet Sakha ban jata hu. दो सीप के मोती थोड़ा काजल, घुमड़ते बादल केशों के, मधुमय स्वप्न सजाता हूँ, गीत नए से गाता हूँ. That's the the romantic side of his. He would talk so many beautiful things about love, compassion, romance, and everything. So प्रतिपल जीवन उन्मुक्त स्वच्छंद मीत सखा बन जाता हूँ, दो सीप के मोती थोड़ा काजल, घुमड़ते बादल केशों के मधुमय स्वप्न सजाता हूँ, गीत नए से गाता हूँ. And then this last stanza is how he would be struggling in his life with health or whatever. But संघर्ष कठिन मन विचलित है, संघर्ष कठिन मन विचलित है, धरा मरुस्थल नभ कर्कश है, भावनाएं रेत पथ धूमिल है, हर स्पंद सिसकता व्याकुल है, पर जीवन उत्सव मनाता हूँ, गीत नए से गाता हूँ, गीत नए से गाता हूँ. And that is our Chandu Bhai. He would always sing a different song, and this is the English translation. In the ocean of my mind, like waves in my body, I speak the thought of my soul, observing the world in my own way. I display my essence on my face. I sing songs of a new melody. Like Krishna and Sudama within, daily weaving the fabric of principles. The fear of the serpent's noose doesn't bind me, but I'm entangled in the folds of tradition. I sing songs of a new melody. Every moment, a liberated rebellion, becoming a friend, a companion, parts of two drops, a little coal. Amidst the wandering clouds of hair, I adorn the fragrance of dreams. I sing songs of a new melody. Struggle is tough. The mind is uncertain. The earth is the earth is a desert. The sky is harsh. Emotions are sands. The path is hazy. Every heartbeat is a sob, restless. Yet I celebrate the festival of life. I sing song of a new melody. Thank you, and I thank technology. Chandu, I love technology, and I thank ChatGPT to translate this poem for me. Thank you.
Is
I can go
Dinesh
next.
Bhai Shah around? Do you see Professor Dinesh Bhai Shah? He's not around, right? Okay, all right. Move on. He's an old friend. He's probably 85 or so, but he said that he will join. So I was just looking for him. Okay, next one.
Can I go next?
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Thank you.
I will go next after you.
Thank you. So, I mean,
Before
Chandu Bhai, he always
Amit,
wanted.
before Amit
Everyone,
starts,
Amit
before
Khare.
Amit, yeah, before Amit starts, whoever is going after Amit, just ping on the chat. I will monitor it, and then I can take your name, and then just keep. If you want to go next, just type that I will go next.
Everybody is doing beautiful, though. It is so humbling. Really, SAPNE is coming out. We are SAPNE. We're poets. I think my Manish said poets get remembered. I don't know. Hopefully you get remembered. But let us see. Let us remember Chandu. Yes, Amit, go ahead.
So Chandu Bhai, he always, I mean, probably you would have remembered this, that most of the times he always wanted me to come directly to the poetry. So I'm going there to the lines I have written. बाल्यकाल से यौवन, यौवन से वृद्धावस्था, बाल्यकाल से यौवन, यौवन से वृद्धावस्था, कितने परिवर्तन सहती एक जीवित काया, कितने परिवर्तन सहती एक जीवित काया, पर क्या श्वासों का चलना या अवस्थाओं का ये परिवर्तन ही जीवन है, पर क्या श्वासों का चलना या अवस्थाओं का ये परिवर्तन ही जीवन है, उठना, दैनिक क्रियाओं से निवृत्त होकर कुछ अच्छे वस्त्र पहनना व इत्र लगाना, वंठन कर आजीविका अर्जित करने को बाहर जाना और फिर संध्या काल में वापस आकर भोजन करके फिर सो जाना, क्या ये उठना जाना आना खाना सोना उठना ही जीवन है? Something like Chandu Bhai have always written. I tried the way he has been writing. क्या ये उठना जाना आना खाना सोना उठना ही जीवन है? नहीं तो क्या है जीवन? कौन परिभाषित करेगा? वो एक अदृश्य ऊर्जा पुंज जो पंच तत्वों को वस्त्रों सा धारे, सजीव करे, आशाएं बांधी। वो एक अदृश्य ऊर्जा पुंज जो पंच तत्वों को वस्त्रों सा धारे, सजीव करे, आशाएं बांधे। यदि प्रकाश अधिक हो तो जो ढूंढे अंधेरा, यदि प्रकाश अधिक हो तो जो ढूंढे अंधेरा, करे उजाला पर घमंड ना करे है मेरा, करे उजाला पर घमंड ना करे है मेरा। वो सूर्य की जिसकी किरणों का सानिध्य सानिध्य पाकर, वो सूर्य की जिसकी किरणों का सानिध्य पाकर, धूली कण भी चमक चमक कर दिखे सुनहरा। वो सूर्य की जिसकी किरणों का सानिध्य पाकर, धूली कण भी चमक चमक कर दिखे सुनहरा। परोपकार से जिसने जीवन को दी परिभाषा, परोपकार से जिसने जीवन को दी परिभाषा, जिनकी स्मृतियां धरोहर सी, चंदू भाई हमारा, जिनकी स्मृतियां धरोहर सी, वो चंदू भाई हमारा। So in the first two parts, I mean, I try to write what is life in general, which many live, and there are very few people who define what is actually the way to live the real life. And that is how I have written the last paragraph, which is like Chandu Bhai has actually lived, and you all of you actually told about how he has been living life. So that is how I actually wrote the last part. Thank you so much. Shraddhanjali to Chandu Bhai.
I will go next. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Many of my friends have already said a lot about Chandu Bhai's goodness, helpful and down-to-earth nature. As I can say, like, he was not only a creative artist, but also a successful businessman who built a company called S4. He was president and CEO, and it has branches in 4-5 states. And one thing I can say, he has left good impression with all of us, and he is going to live in many hearts through his creative arts. And as a employer, he has given so many people the job opportunities and all that. Okay. Okay. So my poem is paying tribute to the best soul. I'm just going to read it out. When a vibrant soul departs, there is no battle to fight, but it numbs several hearts around, and tears roll down in silence. However, special people stay alive in many hearts thereafter, with their special actions and selfless services and wonderful creative arts. Their special memories always bring on a blooming smile for a while on every face. People remember vividly the kind words and great works with much pride and love. Then they genuinely think of again and again and cherish those special pure moments, since they live in the hearts that love them most dearly, as very precious memories and not possible to forget them at all. Just wonder why good one leave this earth so soon. There is no clear answer so far. We, as your SAPNE friends, share memories, share your special life's moments, and never ever say farewell to all your fondest thoughts. Amazing poems, acting, playwriting, directing, and producing, plus building successful business and reporting for community education. Your good deeds and noble karmas within our hearts they dwell in forever, and always inspire and cheer us up. May, Lord, let your spirit reside in peace. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shantihi. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, Harshji, boliye.
Can you hear me? This is Harsh Mehta.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay. So, I am Harsh Mehta calling from Florida. Before I begin, I do want to thank Mishra ji for organizing Chandu Smaran and providing me with an opportunity to participate and pay my tributes to dear Chandubai, as I called him, as a friend, guide, collaborator, and many other adjectives I can describe in working with him in hosting his plays and many local and Indian artists he brought to USA. And I was his partner in doing these shows in California for 25 plus years, and had a lot of learning and a lot of good times working with him. So here is an ode to dear Chandubai, and it's in Gujarati. I'm going to recite. मैं જાણ્યો ચંદુ નામે એક વાણિયો. मैं જાણ્યો ચંદુ નામે એક વાણિયો હતો ઈ સલાયા ગામનો ભાણિયો. मैं જાણ્યો ચંદુ નામે એક વાણિયો હતો ઈ સલાયા ગામનો ભાણિયો. પ્રતિભા સંપન્ન એવો બહુમુખી ખાણિયો. માણસાઈ સભર એવો મનગમતો માણિયો. मैं જાણ્યો ચંદુ નામે એક વાણિયો. ગયો મુંબઈ ગામ લઈ કિત્તો ખડ્યો. ગયો મુંબઈ ગામ લઈ કિત્તો ખડ્યો. કરી કલા આરાધના લખી નાટક કાવ્યો. શૈલી સમકાલીન કર્યા નિરાળા પ્રયોગાત્મક સર્જનો. એવો બોસ્ટન વાળો ચંદુ 420. मैं જાણ્યો ચંદુ નામે એક વાણિયો. શું જોવાનો ઈશાનીના અગ્નિને હવે થોડા સપનામાં? શું જોવાનો ઈશાનીના અગ્નિને હવે થોડા સપનામાં? કે જોવાનો શર્ટ વિના પણ શોભે એવા બ્લુ જીન્સમાં? કે જોવાનો શર્ટ વિના પણ શોભે એવા બ્લુ જીન્સમાં? માણો સાહિત્યના આ ખેલૈયાને માસ્ટર ફૂલમણીમાં. માણો સાહિત્યના આ ખેલૈયાને માસ્ટર ફૂલમણીમાં. જીવંત રહેશે એ તો નોખા અનોખા નર્મદમાં. મેં જાણ્યો ચંદુ નામે એક વાણિયો. મેં માણ્યો ચંદુ નામે એક વાણિયો. આભાર. Chandubai started his artistic career in Mumbai, and I don't think that it is a coincidence that he breathed his last in Mumbai. I'm pretty sure that Chandubai expressed his strong desire to Ishani, his wife, Ishani Ben, and told her, Eva Mumbai ma chal jaiye. Eva Mumbai ma chal jaiye. So dear Chandubai, I can't thank you enough for bringing me into your huge ocean of friends and knowledge and artistry. And you will live forever in my mind and heart through Eva Mumbai ma chal jaiye, Narmad, Khelaya, Masterful Money, Blue Jeans, and many, many more things that you did, and introduced me to all of those and like-minded people, including members of SAPNE when I lived in Boston for 6 years. Thank you very much and giving me this opportunity to be part of this eloquent group who is recognizing the talent of Chandu Bhai, dear friend. Thank you very much. I just wanted to say, thinking that it's going to be a time-constrained event, I did not prepare an English explanation of my Gujarati, and so I leave it at that.
I can go next if in case.
Please do. Yeah, go.
Okay. It's hard to pin down. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. It's hard to pin down exactly when I came to know Chandu. I came to know Chandu through SAPNE, of course, and it seems to me that he was always there. And in fact, another reason it's difficult to pin down the exact date when it started is because he was doing things so silently in so many ways. So it's a short poem remembering him. Chandu, dear friend. Dear Chandu, we gathered today to remember you. I'm sure many will say, well, that's easy to do. The blue jeans poet, they will say. Yes, of course, I agree. A well-earned accolade, quite an achievement, but as some of us will know well, there's so much more to you. A versatile poet, playwright, filmmaker, philanthropist, and more. Those who have known you better and longer can add to the list, I'm sure. Here with SAPNE, you touched us all with a gentle and constant presence. As a helping hand on the scene, on the podium or on Zoom, or as they say, behind the door. From the early days of SAPNE and through so many years, nurturing it as a voice of poetry, I'm sure there's much more. SAPNE will go on, a community you helped blossom, for there's so much more to do. But please know this too, you'll always be with us with your gentle presence, as for now we say, rest in peace, dear friend, our heartfelt thanks to you. Thank you.
Jamna Prakash is next.
I apologize. I'm just getting over a cold. Namaste. Thank you, everyone, because I really felt it doesn't seem real to me. Even though I know this is real, it doesn't seem real. I met Chanduji at one of the Harvard poetry readings, and I always feel like an outsider because of studying basic sciences, but he was always so encouraging. And I remember after one of my poems, he had said to keep on writing, to not stop. And I really see that mentorship as well as in SAPNE as well, everyone. So the title of this poem is, and during all the SAPNE meetings, he was like this steady voice of reason, just amazing. So the title of this poem is No Words. There are no words that I can say that will make this pain go away. There are no thoughts that can be said to clear the fog in my head. There are no talks we can start to fill the hole in my heart. There are no feelings that can be felt to ease the blow that has been dealt. There is no reason that can be given for an end to a mentor whose spark has driven. Hurry home, my friend, hurry home. Hurry om, hurry om, hurry om. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Hariom, I think people should also tell the name or something for the record of the. So she's Jamuna Vai Prakash, and before that was Sajid Kamal. So this is for our recording, and we should put the names on the as the recitation goes. All right, please continue. I should kind of quip here. 3 weeks ago, Thursday afternoon, Manish sent me mail saying that, did you hear Chandu Bhai's? I said, what do you mean? He said, no more. How do you know? He said, Manorama told me. How does Manorama know? So I reached out to Manorama, and she said that she knew from Ishani. What is this? Why should Chandu pass away? Chandu had told me he was sick, and he said he needs to rest. He'll be back in 6 months. And I did not tell him, or I did not contemplate what could be his sickness. So this is I'm sharing that as we get busy in our life and so on, when people make small statements, they don't register very well. And I don't know whether registration is necessary or not. But what I, through the Chandu process, that taught me that small sentences have meanings. And I didn't know that his last mail to me, that will be back in 6 months, but the last thing he was trying to say. And it is, I don't take any guilt out of it, but I'm saying that as we are abroad operating, so signal doesn't have much strength because our own noise is too high. So try to hear, as Jamuna said. Please continue. I just want to say that because it was so stunning that, but Manish brought the, so anyway, so that's kind of, and then I reached out to Jayant Bhai, and Jayant Bhai confirmed it. He was away from the town, he confirmed it. Hansavan called me. Then I reached out to Pankaj Bhai. So that was like a Thursday night, 3 weeks ago. All right, next, please. Anyone here? Jayant Bhai, go. Oh, Arundhati, yes. Go ahead.
Manish, you are on mute.
Able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Tell your name.
My name is Arundhati Sharkhian, and I met few people in my short life like Chandu Bhai. They are suffering, but they don't like to say to anybody that they are suffering. So it's so hard to feel that. But we know few people are like that. They not only help their family and they help the whole village and their surroundings. So I wrote few lines. First is in Bengali. The name of the poem is Chandu Sharone. Kichu kichu lekha, kichu kichu manush, kichu kichu gan, kichu kichu chobi, mone দাগ রেখে যায়। যাওয়া আসার অন্তরালে বিন্দু বিন্দু ব্যবহার, বিন্দু বিন্দু হাসি মনে দাগ রেখে যায়। কিছু কিছু স্মৃতি, কিছু কিছু আকুতি, কিছু কিছু সুগন্ধ 16 আনা দিয়ে সে মনে দাগ রেখে যায়। Then I translate, who doesn't know Bengali. This is the name of the poem is Remembering Chandu Bhai. People coming and going, but their kindness, knowledge, behavior stays with us. Some story, some poetry, some pictures stays with you. Some good memories, some good song, some smile, some scent stay with us. They are the light. They come on the earth for a reason, like loving and helping people. Sometimes they die soon, but not from our mind. Thank you.
Who's next? Jandwai or over there?
Jandai, unmute yourself.
See, if we see, we should continue because if we give gaps, it's difficult to edit.
You're still mute, Jandai. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm Jayant Dave. Chandu, and we go back probably since he came to United States, but before even his name was already here, and the wonderful play, and he had swept probably the whole entertainment drama in India in a Gujarati play. He completely changed with his theme, his style, his words. We knew about him, but when we met him, I couldn't believe he was so young and completely unamused. I was, when we started talking, I was just amazed with the way he was writing his play. He made it from West Side Story, translated into Chal Eva Mumbai Ma Chahiye, and so more. But other than that, I wrote a few plays at that time. We experimented with the dinner theater, where I was writing, and then he did about 3 plays with me. But the way he would do, he just enhanced my play by 10, 15 times. He would just come up from his pocket, all different kind of words and everything, and adding and just change the whole character. And just we had a blast. And and everything was done within a day, 2 days. He was just always just ready. At the same time, he was a good follower. So if we say no, we want to do this way, he says okay, we'll do this way. But other than that, once I started his poetry and he started reading his poetry. I could not believe, because he was a fusion between English and Gujarati. He was a fusion between old generation and the new generation. And he kind of cemented them with his words. And the great thing about a poet is to listen his poetry from his own mouth. And we were all lucky that we could hear the way it was just like 4th of July fireworks. It just suddenly, the number of words and the fast and the rhythm and the lay, we can't find that. It's something very memorable. And to talk about Chandu is like showing a sun to somebody with a flashlight. He was so bright in every facet, each and everything. And I would say when I started listening to his poems and his thoughts and the rhymes and choosing the words and the delivery, I said, I would say we learned a lot, because since I came to United States, probably I really met a real poet here after meeting Chandu. I was brought up in the environment back in home where they're all poets. It's Neharashmi, Umashankar Joshi, and then a lot of other poets. But out of all, the real poem, the touch of literature, I started again. We all took us back to all those memories. And thanks to Chandu, because he created the whole platform for literary experiences. He invited a lot of poets, but he created a lot of poets here. And it's not just and his name, is going to go like Narsi Mehta or anything, from years and centuries. His literature is just untouchable. It's just unbelievable. What I wrote about Chandu Smaran, thank you, Mishraji, for creating this event. And about Chandu Smaran, the last stanza in that is about Chandu. That was his pet name. His real name is Chandrakant. And Chandrakant, Chandra is the moon, and Kant is also the moon translation from Sanskrit. So there were two moons. So he was brighter than any of those moons, Chandrakant. And so we are talking about the eclipse of the moon. When we lost Chandu, it looked like an eclipse. Is it an eclipse, or is it the process of life we go through, each and every one? We get shocked, then we kind of pause, then we maybe try to accept, then we want to create the best memory, whatever we have out of that. And then if we have courage and desire, we may continue. The process is left behind by him and continue that. So this is the thoughts of all those steps that come into my poem. First stanza maybe I will sing and then I will read in Gujarati. Chandu Smaran. पलकवार पवन संग उड़ी जा हमें पलकवार पवन संगे उड़ी जा स्मृति न रेशमी दोरे जकड़या तमने पलकवार मां पवन सन उड़े जाशु अमी पलकवार मां पवन संगे उड़ी जाशु अमी. Just with the wink of an eye, I will fly away. But we are connected with a thread, silken thread of memory. જીવનની વંકાતી કેડીએ ભલે અમે ઓસલ ચંપાતે ચરણો કે વીજળી સમ મળશો તમને. In the winding road of this life, you can't see me anymore, but at the same time, maybe sometimes I will come with stealthily, or I'll come like a lightning in your memory and touch you. વિરહના કંટકો પર છે સ્મૃતિના પુષ્પની શૈયા. વિરહના કંટકો પર છે સ્મૃતિના પુષ્પની શૈયા. પ્રવાસી હતા અમે મુકામે જઈ રહ્યા હતા. So it is always hurts us when we try to remember the person who has left us. But I was a traveler, so now I have reached to my destination. समय समीर सरिता सुवास ने वेवुरे. Time, wind, river, and fragrance, their nature is to keep flowing. And so is same way we all stay on this path in our journey of life, and then we separate. સુદામાએ શ્રી કૃષ્ણને અર્પ્યા એ તાંડુલ છે. Just like Sudama brought tandul, whatever he had, the best for Sri Krishna. Just like this, these my words in Chandu Smaran is I am bringing them to all of us. Chandra and Kant, there are two words. Chandrakant ma samaya be Chandra dharti par. On this earth, in the name Chandrakant, there are two moons there. But in the sky, there is only one moon. Chandragrahan bhale avre a navra chandra. Moon eclipse, only touches that moon in the sky. But this Chandu, Chandrakant, his light will be Anant, Vimal. Anant means timeless. Vimal, it does not bite. It's very soothing light. And Avicha, constant. And that's Chandu. Thank you. Yeah.
I should kind of comment here. See, when we operated through Harvard, so I would write his name as Chandrakant for the sake of academic cleanliness. And so it will go. Then it will be changed to Chandu. So I will get mad. Who changed the Chandu? Why should Harvard change it Chandu? And it seems the Chandu will change it back from Chandrakant to Chandu. And I kind of, in my own this thing, I say, this doesn't sound right, Chandu. So, but anyway, so he planted without imposing that Chandu is my name. Chandrakant was given to me. I am the man of the people. Okay, please go forward. Mahendra Bhai. Mahendra Bhai Bakshi was our first person who volunteered. Yes.
Yes. Can I go ahead now?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. In Gujarati, the Shirshak is Yamrajane Vinanti. Chandubai બોલ્યા અતિથિ દેવો ભવ. ચંદુભાઈ બોલ્યા અતિથિ દેવો ભવ. પણ યમરાજા તમારે અતિથિ થવાનું હોય, યમરાજા તમારે અતિથિ થવાનું હોય, હરણ તમે કરી જાઓ અને મરણ અમને આપી જાઓ. હરણ તમે કરી જાઓ અને મરણ અમને આપી જાઓ. In English, the title is A Plea to Yamraja, or a request to Yamraja. Chandubai says, Atithi Devo Bhava. A guest should be treated like a god. Chandubai says, Atithi Devo Bhava, meaning a guest should be treated like a guest, God. But Yamraja, should you become a guest, you snatch our soul and leave us with death. You snatch our soul and leave us with your death. That's about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Okay, from our list, Gauri Datta is there. I don't see her. Rahul. Sakuntala. I see Sakuntala.
Yes.
Okay, please
Yes.
go. Yeah. Please
Namaskar.
go. Yes.
It's a great opportunity for me to attend particularly this session of the SAPNE, because I didn't know Chandu Bhai much. I met him on SAPNE platform, and then I googled about him after he passed. So to my surprise, he was such a great personality, and I have heard his poem. I remember it was on a pet dog. He was so considerate. So one of the great poet of Odia, Dr. Mayadhar Mansingh, he has mentioned that every poet wishes to reborn as a poet. And he mentioned that it would be a great achievement, the greatest achievement of his life, even if only one poet pays him the tribute, Shraddha Suman. So it can't be a coincidence that so many poets in SAPNE platform today, they are paying tribute to Chandu Bhai, beloved Chandu Bhai. So also I myself also believe that every poet is born to feel the love, feel the pain of others, and translate it into words. So I would recite only 2 paragraphs of my poem, where I believe that poet, they are never gone and they will reborn again. So it is a theme is based on a aconite plant. Aconite plant is believed to be reborn from the one drop of poison that was taken by Lord Shiva, and its purpose was to absorb all the pain. So the last 2 paragraphs of this poem is like that. At every shore of semblance, when I am a rain-drenched shallow, a moss in the submerged peninsula unknown, or an aconite flower which lives for a single noonday sun, the delusional dreams of soporific realms are always same. The last glass of wine says, buoyance of thirst is all alike. O alchemist, in tales of limitless, in a testimony of juxtaposition truth, let me be the color of lost love. Let me be the color of lost love, Let galvanize all my lures of allure to solemn belonging of devout beloved. At eternal weight I apprehend. The eternal weight I apprehend. I never came. I never went. I am here from beginning to end. So thank you. Unfortunately, my video is not working today, and I will post the whole poem also. I pay my heartfelt condolence for dear Chandu Bhai. He will be attaining all the kindness of Almighty. I pray again. Thank you very much. Pranam.
So she was Sakuntala Gupta, a professor from India. So she joined far distance. Okay, so now we have one more left, I think. Rekhaji. Is Rekhaji here? Rekha Upadhyay. You are the last. Rekhaji Upadhyay. And then we may have a little time for people who may not write poetry but know him. Rekha Upadhyay, no good? No good. All right. So who else? Anybody who has a poem want to share? I must tell you though, I have been in many condolence meetings. So when I thought we should do a poetry meeting, I thought it was like a wild idea, but looks like it is not so wild. Chandu has definitely blessed. And I think we have managed to send farewell to a poet through poetry. Why not? You know, man, what we learn. See, my point is, I did not think we should kind of say, I knew Chandu and so on. So what? Everybody knows everyone. But what do you learn from him? Can you rhyme? Do words talk to you? Do you hear them? Do you hear noise? That was Chandu. I think somebody, Jayant Bhai said that he will take in things from wherever, subway, trains, aeroplanes, bullock carts, and then those noises, he will make poetry with it. They will rhyming, and then we find it metaphors from there to there. So that's poetry. Okay, what is Rekha is not there. So okay, so let us formally poetry. We end the poetry session, and I think we have. Is anyone there who want to talk about? No, I see Pradeep Bhai Bakshi. Do you want to speak something? No? Yes? Unmute yourself.
Can I
Hello?
share my one small experience with Chandu Bhai?
No, Pradeep, let me see. Pradeep Bhai has something to offer. Pradeep Bhai, you want something to say? You're not here, probably. Unmute yourself. Is Gopi here? So Gopi is. Oh, we missed Gopi. Okay, all right. Pradeep Bhai, you have anything to say? All right, go Pankaj Bhai, go.
I just want to share my experience first time with Chandu Bhai. In 1995, I moved to Boston and somebody introduced me to Chandu Bhai. I was told that I will be introduced to Chandu Bhai. I expected an old man because Chandu is in Gujarati language is a very old-fashioned name of old people. And then instead of old man with a white hair, I saw a younger person, younger than I. But anyway, I had heard about him that he is a poet and he writes the skits. And I was that time in 1996, I was a Jain Parsla director. And I asked Chandu, can you write a small skit for our Parsla student? This is the first Jain Tirthankar is Rishabh Dev, and he was the first Chakravarti in Jain stories. And he has two sons, Bharat and Bahubali, and they both wanted to become the Chakravarti after the first Rishabh Dev. He accepted the monkhood. And Chandu, knowing very little about me, and I know very little about him, he accepted these small assignments from me. I was so pleased. Within 2 weeks, he came up with a 20 minutes long skit for the children. I remember his writing with a black ink, with a calligraphic style writing. He really amazed me. And interestingly, this small skit of 20 minutes long, Isani directed this skit. It became such a successful skit. So we took this skit to a national level, and it was very well appreciated at the national level. Anyway, I just wanted to share how good-natured he was, knowing so little about me and I know little about him. He accepted this assignment from him. Again, we as a part of the Jain community, we'll miss him forever. He cannot be replaced. Thank you for letting me share my little experience to you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wants to share any personal stories?
I think D. Rajadolu
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw him. Yeah. Proceed.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters, all my brothers and sisters. I don't know Chandu Bhai, little bit I know, only I met him in the Zoom meeting, the poetry meeting. He's a very he's very right person to Mizraji. He's always from the beginning up to last minute. The every movement is only what is it? He concentrate how he looks, such quiet, how the pronunciation, everything is hearing very nice. I want to say few line now only I wrote. I will start for Chandu Bhaiya. Alagu Annan, Chandu Annan, smile always, irkum mile, your memories, எங்களுக்குள் பல முறை 21 people poetry for your you are in always and elder brother is in the sky is Chandra is always with us, is not left out, is in every movement, every poet is the poet always no death. The movement, the word in the, how he is said proud each and every time is claps, everybody is he motivate himself. So only he is always, I think he is always with us, is always with us. When we are few poetry, each and every movement, he is always with us. His family and the members, we are our family. So for the opportunity to send few to Bhaiya. He's always thank you for a good opportunity to me. Words about our remembering Chandu Bhaiya. Thank you very much, one and all. Thank you.
Manish, may I add just a few lines, please?
Yeah, please
Okay.
go ahead.
It's a part of the aging process is that you go to many funerals and memorials. It's a necessary process, however gruesome it may sound sometimes, however bad you may feel about that, but this is almost a necessary process, and I have gone through the same process also myself. I'm sure many of you have done the same thing. But in most cases, when you go to a memorial, regular memorial, I mean to say, you go to a funeral home or something like that, people talk about the person and you hear that, and then you say, you just after that, you sign the book and then you basically leave. That's normal it is. And as I said before, that I didn't know Chandu very well. I only came to know about him through this computer. This is Zoom meetings of SAPNE and all that. And I must say that after this memorial, I feel that I wish I know him better. I wish I'd known him, that he is such a multi-talented person and he has so many facets to his life. How come I missed that? How come I saw him but never really got to befriend him and all that? So I think that's very different feeling from what I go to other funerals and memorials and all that. I just want to share with everyone with this, that this is a yearning for me, that I wish I'd done that.
That's okay.
That's
Good.
that,
Thank you.
that's the magician Chandu Bhai. His magic, that's his magic. He's not with us, but his magic will remain with us.
Yes,
And
Manish. Yes.
that's why I always called him a magician. He does spells, like, it's so infectious. You meet him and he's yours. Today he's not with us, and then he's with us. I spoke to a person who lives in Australia. I was talking about him, and he told me that as if I know Chandu Bhai forever. That is how he has. I mean, his magic was.
Yes.
So this line which Chandu did from the Blue Jeans, which I printed in the flyer, I just want to share this in his memory, the spirit of him, which is, spirit is something internal. Spirit is not what comes in the face. We don't say what we are. Only we can express ourselves in our writing what we are. Because what we say, what we are, people may not accept it. So we give the cover of poetry, and Chandu did. Come, bring your jeans that are too long, too short, too broad, blue jeans that seem brown or white or black-skinned. Come the poor, the hungry, the unemployed, the rich, the high and mighty, the high lifers, purest and the sinned, to alter everything. Sit here, these thousands of tailors. Chandu is going through a market area of tailors, and he's reflecting on what the tailors do. A rare specimen of poetry in normal life. Thank you all. Thank you for joining.